everyone. Welcome to today's Sky Racing Wednesday news. Well, we're 6 days away from knowing the final field and barriers for this year's TAB Everest, and a lot of discussion now on what Chris Waller will do around his slot. Will it be yes, or will it be Nature Strip? Now, we know neither of these horses are now running on Saturday. Nature Strip galloped yesterday at Flemington on the course proper after winning this race at Moonee Valley, the Moir. The connections have told Chris Waller in the last 24 hours that they would be happy to run Nature Strip in the Everest if that's what Chris wants to do. Now, he's got two options, obviously, with this horse, Nature Strip, and yes, or do the owners of that particular 3-year-old Coolmore want to save their horse for the Group 1 Coolmore at Flemington? In fact, could both of them still run in the Everest? Who knows, because we know James Harron still has to fill his slot for the big race. The markets at this stage, well, at this stage, Bivouac is still in there at around $9. Can he get a Godolphin slot, or will the winner of the Scalacci go and get their slot into Saturday? There's so much that can unfold. At this stage, Nature Strip is back into the market at $17. So stay tuned to Sky. As soon as news breaks relevant to the Chris Waller slot in the Everest, we'll have it for you. Well, this Saturday, Randwick, we're going to see the Tassie Star, the Inevitable, line up in the Silver Eagle, but there's been complications for this horse who's been ultra impressive at his last couple of starts, particularly at Moonee Valley this win. The horse was going to fly from Hobart to Melbourne and then off to Sydney late last week. That plane got cancelled. Then he was going to do it again yesterday. That one got cancelled. And then last night, or 2 o'clock this morning, he got on a plane, the Inevitable, from Hobart to Melbourne, and he's now on the back of a float being transported between Melbourne and Sydney. Now, if the horse copes well, he'll be certainly lining up in the Silver Eagle, where he's a clear favourite at this stage. He's come up with barrier 4, and look, he's just got to cope now with this float trip today. Forseca off a really nice trial yesterday, the current second pick. Well, this meeting at Randwick on Saturday, weather, it's going to hold a key. A lot of rain forecast on Thursday, Friday and on Saturday, and that very much concerns James Cummings with Microphone. While it's a soft 5 right now, Microphone has been set towards the Roman Consul. He's drawn barrier 6 with this gallop on Monday, but he said, look, we'd be reluctant to run if the track got into a genuine soft or heavy surface. The horse has been entered for the Blue Sapphire this time next week at Caulfield. That would be the Black-up plan. So a lot to play out regarding Microphone. At this stage, Cosmic Force is just the favourite over Microphone. But as I say, be slightly cautious with that if the rain does arrive. At this stage, Randwick is a soft 5. Castelvecchio, according to trainer Richard Litt, can be certainly ignoring that last run. He just felt the horse was looking for far more ground than what it was on that day over 1,400 metres. He'll go from 14 up to 2,000 metres in the Group 1 Spring Champion. And while he's got to make many lengths up on Shadow Warrior, or Shadow Hero, I should say, Richard Litt, off the horse's track work, particularly yesterday, has the horse ready to go over the 2,000 metres. Shadow Hero, the dominating favourite at this stage at around $1.85 with TAB. Castelvecchio, $4.20. But certainly just ignore that last run and he'll appreciate getting to 2,000 metres. Well, the Long Southern District's race caller for thoroughbreds and harness racing, Alan Hull, has announced today that he'll be retiring from calling in late January of 2020. He's been around for around 50 years as a caller in that area. He called the Country Championships final just a couple of years ago when Victorum won the race. He rates that clearly one of his great thrills. He's called Inter-Dominion Grand Finals, but this calling Victorum home was one of the great moments. He's called over 40 Wagga Cups. He's called 40 plus Albury Pacing Cups, and that's where he'll be ending his career in Albury come late January. Lots of other news on our social media pages. Hugh Bowman not riding today on the Kensington meeting, down to not feeling well, but he'll be certainly riding at Randwick on Saturday.